This video found you. It found you right at the right time. Welcome back to the Third Eye. Do I have to introduce myself? I don't think so. Do I want to introduce myself? I don't really want to do that. But yeah, welcome back to the Third Eye. I'm just getting ready to get to the gym. It is 30 degrees Celsius outside. It is hot. It's hot. I was gonna take my camera to the gym, but then I thought about what could potentially happen with me squatting my body weight, which doesn't look like much right now. But yeah, but there's some gun somewhere. What I want to talk about before we go. So, remember in the previous video, I had that little rant, right? And I was just talking about websites that are blocked, etc., etc., and not being able to access financial solutions like everybody else in the world. Cool. So last night I was watching, that finally went in. So last night I was watching a video by this YouTuber, this girl from my country, and she was taking a prop firm account. If you don't know what prop firm accounts are, basically they're these companies that allow you to trade with more than your money. So basically they give you some money for you to trade, and then you split the profits of whatever you make after that, right? So now what happens is you have to pass 2 phases before. So they have set rules, like, so you're supposed to trade up to 10% of the account. So it could be like, if you have $100,000 account, you have to make 10,000 on the account, but then you can't lose a certain amount of money. You can't over leverage. What else? Yeah, you can't. There's a certain max drawdown you can get, so maybe like $5,000 a day, and then overall there's a set limit as to like the amount of money you can lose. So that's a prop firm. Those are the rules. And so she took this prop firm account. And yeah, and I mean, like, over leveraged here, but they didn't close her account. And then eventually she finally passed this thing. And then, and I was excited for her because I'm like, you go get your money, girl. Like, you do your thing. And then at the end of the video, she shares this email address from this company. And they're basically like, we can't fund you because of the region you're from, etc., etc. I'm not going to mention the company until I do a little more research myself and find out, what's actually going on. But that kind of sucks, dude. Like, and this is a point I wanted to make yesterday. This is why I love crypto, okay? Because crypto doesn't care. Like, you could be from Mars, bro. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you can open a wallet, as long as you can deposit money, you're good. You know what I mean? You're good. At least that's how it should be. Crypto.com. But anyway, what else is going on today? The TV's behind the camera right now. The peace deals finally happened, which is crazy. Congratulations, Donald Trump. I mean, I'm not a big fan, but this is what's supposed to happen years ago. Because why are we bombing children? Like, humanity is so finished, bro. There should be absolutely no reason why the victims of war are women and children. Okay, women, maybe because, like, they can pick up a gun too, you know what I'm saying? They can get onto but children, though, that's messed up, bro. That's messed up. But yeah, but that's happening. Peace deal, prisoner swap, etc. But yeah, overall, happy about that, so congratulations, Israel and Palestine. Yep. What else is happening? I spoke about the crypto.com thing. I spoke about the websites. I told them about the trading. look, I'm not going to knock anyone who trades ICT or who trades trend lines, support and resistance, because I've seen people post wins, right? I've seen people post winning trades, right? Off drawing imaginary lines and connecting top points to bottom points, and higher highs and lower highs and lower lows and lower and higher lows and all of that stuff, and it's like great, right? But that's not really reading the market. I know it works, and that's why I don't want to knock these people too much. I don't want to knock the strategies. Like, I don't want to knock them completely out, all right? But it isn't reading the market, and I feel like that's a conversation we should have. That's not fully reading the market. Essentially what it is, it's like it's a coin toss, right? I could get into the market right now. It's still London session right now because it is, what is the time? Should be a little after 12. Yeah, cool. It's like midday. I could get into London session right now and be like, and get a coin, toss a coin, and then decide to short the market, because it was tails. Tails is a short, heads is a long, and then I could flip the market again. I could flip a coin again tomorrow, and then decide I'm gonna long at 9:30, and for sure I'm gonna win some trades and I'm gonna lose some trades, and I don't think that's trading. Like, that's not how it should be. That's not how it should be. I think because I think I'm spoiled because I watch because I watch underdog research videos. And I also have the privilege of being able to speak to him regularly, okay? Sometimes super, super late, like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. my time, right? Sometimes super late his time, right? But what I'm getting at is, I think I'm spoiled because I get to watch his videos and I get to see the amount of research, the amount of time that it takes for him to do research on like projects on Swift, on Mocha, zero knowledge proofs right now, XRP. I get to see the amount of time. Well, not physically, but I respect the amount of time that he spends on just the research on these projects, right? And which is why I also believe they're sure things. Do you get me? Like, because I know a lot more in depth about what's happening with these companies, because essentially, remember, these are just companies, right? And that just informs me a lot better. So with that being said, I just find it difficult to get into the market right now and look at support and resistance and put money into the market based off what I deem is support and what I deem is resistance. I just feel like that's a sure way of losing money, and I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to lose money. I mean, it is inevitable with trading, right? Like, that's what's going to happen. Like, you are, they're going to be winning trades and they're going to be losing trades, right? But my thing is, if I am in a losing trade, I want to be able to identify it very quickly, if not immediately. I want to trade with the market. I want to go with where price is going, right? Even if I woke up this morning and I flipped my magic coin, which I got from a leprechaun in Ireland somewhere at the end of a golden rainbow, and it told me to short, I'd still want to be able to read price myself to make those decisions. And I feel like that's super, super important. So yeah, I've been just watching a lot of like people's traders, YouTubes and stuff in their accounts, and seeing how they're going about their trades, and it's especially funnier to me right now when I'm seeing the analysis of like the previous week, because I journal, by the way. I journal all of my trades. And even like trades that I didn't take, like so maybe trades from July, I'll go back and then I'll look at the charts for the month of July, and I'll go through each day during like the times when I've decided this is when I'm going to trade, and this is how I'm trading, and this is what I'm looking for, etc. Right? But now that I have a journal full of these entries and seeing when when they were finished auctions, when volume really came into the market, when price was beneath or above the volume weighted average price, all of these things, like now that I have that, when I'm seeing, I promised I wasn't gonna lock these guys, but it is what it is. But now when I'm seeing like people, especially like, because there's these free signal groups on Telegram, when I go on there and I look at them and I'm looking at US 100, because that's what I trade, and I'm looking at what they're sharing, I'm just like, wow, dude, so many people lost money from this. And I know a lot of people lost money from those trades because they were just getting signals. They were just getting, and it wasn't really a signal, it was just a chart with the rectangle at the bottom of a place and the caption would be something like, enter when price retests this area. How do you know how to do this, Susan? How do you know this 6 hours before, Susan? I mean, it's not Susan, but it's Mark, John, Henry, and Matthew, and anyway, what I'm getting at is that please learn how to use tools that are available. At least just like give it a little thought, just give it a little thought. I'm going to be sharing some of my trades and my analyses. Is that the plural for analysis? Analyses? Analysis. Yeah, I'm going to be sharing those probably from next week or maybe from November. I don't know. I think I'll just keep October for me and just refine my edge, and then we'll be back here. And it'll be fun because we'll also look at other projects that you're probably like looking into, maybe like Plume or XRP or what else would be, or Swift or Mocha or I don't know, Turbo, I don't know, whatever else it is that you're looking at. Yeah, I think we'll just have a really big analysis of the market, looking at it top down. We'll look at it from like a monthly chart. Monthly, we'll go weekly, we'll go daily, and then maybe we'll go hourly, just so that you can see when would be the best time for you to enter, and what, where the top and the bottom of the market is, and where you are in relation to what's going on with price overall. I think that'd be really fun to do, to just be able to read the market, so that if you do trade, you react, and you don't predict, okay? Because you are not Doctor Strange, my friend. Unless you are Doctor Strange, then you don't need to be listening to me right now. But yeah, I need to go to the gymnasium and I need to go put on some pounds. I'm off creatine. I'm off creatine. I haven't taken any protein in months. So I'm just all natural right now, which is tough. So my recovery is terrible. Creatine was amazing because Also the amount of water I drink. I mean, I'd have like this is empty right now. I'm gonna fill this up, and by the time I get to the gym, this is gonna be empty. And then I'm gonna fill it up in the gym, and then that's what I'm gonna take during the gym. It's about a liter. I don't know how many gallons that is. We'll just say it's 3. When I get to the gym, I'm gonna fill it up because it's gonna be empty. I'm gonna finish that bottle, and then as I'm finishing my session, I'm gonna fill it up halfway. So at that point, I'd have had 2.5 liters of water. On creatine, it was easy because like my body was just screaming, "I'm thirsty." Well, that's not screaming, "I'm thirsty," is it? It's more whispering, "I'm thirsty." But you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, but now I'm off creatine. I'm not on any protein. Wow, that rhymes. I should probably learn how to rap. But yeah, I'm not on any supplements at least up until December. And then I'll supplement in December. Yeah, I'll supplement in December, which is crazy because everyone's going to be going on holiday and I'm going to be trying to get my body back. But yeah, I need to go. It's 32 degrees right now. Will I see you in the next video? Maybe, if you are thoroughly entertained by this one. Were you thoroughly entertained in this video? Perhaps. Would you like to see more of these videos? I don't care if you would. I'm still gonna do them in my own way. Yeah, take care of yourself. How do we finish it? Take care of yourself, drink some water, love your family, save some money, learn one new skill. That's too many things. Take care of yourself, love yourself. I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, cool.